What's going on, YouTube? Today is day number 13 of the $1,000 account challenge, and today I'm up $81.97 in the portfolio, or 5.35% of the total portfolio balance. Now, if you don't know, my name is Gates. I'm taking $1,000 and I'm day trading options using only my system to see how far we can grow this account. We are now up over the 50% mark in the account, so this is a huge milestone. Our next milestone will be making 100% of the initial investment. So starting with $1,000, our next goal is going to be to make $1,000 or bring the account balance to $2,000 total. I actually took a poll today, and this is incredible. 103 members. I said, how did you do today? 103 members voted that they were green. Only 4 members voted that they were red. I mean, this is awesome and insane results. Today, you got a no, I'm going to call it a no BS alert day. It was as straightforward as it could possibly get. So we're going to start with the day trade watch list. Posted in the morning prior to the market open. We had Google as a long idea above 139.5 or your pre-market high. Now, Google had a gap up this morning on a positive reaction to a news catalyst. So 139.5 will put a trend line right here. The reason why I didn't want to go long at $139, just above the pre-market high, is because the stock was opening up at $139, right? So I didn't want to get faked out on a couple of candles shortly after the open. So to give the stock some room to work, I moved the trigger level up 50 cents to 139.5, and I waited. We get an opening rally up above the trigger level. So now I'm going to timestamp this in the alert room because today was a text alert day. No BS alert date, right? Just very straightforward. First thing I said, Google, I loaded these contracts. 9:34 a.m., that's going to be right here on this candle. So as Google's pressing up above the long trigger, I'm telling you exactly which contracts I'm about to take. So load them into the active trader, wait for a dip. All I need to do is press buy whenever I do get that dip. Very next minute, guess what? We get that dip. I tell you, I took my entry, I give you the contracts, I give you my fill price, and I give you my stop loss. Stop loss at 139.5, fill price 115. So 9:35 a.m., that's going to be on this dip right here. So I entered pretty close to the bottom of this candle. We get the rally back up above 139.5. We do get a couple of dips at 139.5, but these candles are not enough to shake me out of this trade. You know, we're not breaking down below the low of day. The candles are not closing below the 139.5 price point, and this is the 1 minute time frame. 5 minute time frame looked even better as this continued. Here, I'll show you. 5 minute time frame looked even better as these candles continued to close above 139.5. So it's just validating this whole area as support. And then we get the slow grind. It was a little painful, but a slow grind up to the high of day. So this is going to be your high of day mark. And I wound up closing the position right here at 9:55 a.m. So here's the alert for that at 9:55 a.m. Timestamp for you. Google closed there, 15% gain, entry 1.15, now 1.33. I remind you of the contracts here that we took. So why would I close there at a 15% gain? Well, your high of day is always going to be a potential point of resistance. Now, in my podcast episodes, if you haven't seen or listened to my podcast episodes, episode number 6 says how to exit a trade. I detail several profit-taking strategies in that podcast episode. Go give it a listen. It's called Trade the Flow podcast, available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And high of day exiting strategy is one that I like to utilize. So while I do normally look for about a 20% gain on my positions, I was happy to take 15% here, given that we were at high of day and that I knew that that was going to be a potential point of resistance. Now, this does cause me to miss this dip, which is fine. I did not go back in on the trade, and it does cause me to miss this ultimate rally right here, which I'm a little salty about. But look, profit is profit, green is green, and I'm happy to exit this trade with some extra money in my pocket that I didn't have yesterday. Now, you might have seen in the alert room that there were call-outs made in between the Google trade entry and exit, and that was on Amazon. So yes, I was in 2 trades today at one time, which I almost never do, but I saw a really solid opportunity here on Amazon to take a potential entry. So back to the day trade watch list, Amazon long idea above $154, 154. Now back to the alert room at 9:38 a.m. Eastern. I tell you, I'm loading these contracts, right? So we get the break of 154. This is your trigger level. Get the break of 154 right here, the rally up to the high of day, 9:36, 9:37, 9:38 a.m., which is going to timestamp match over here with this alert. Again, just telling you which contracts that I've loaded. Now, we get the next minute a further dip down, pretty close to 154, right? We're only 20 cents off. I go long on Amazon right here, and I tell you my stop loss is going to be, what did I say, 154? Did I say the PDC? Yeah, 153.8. So I actually gave this a bit more room down here. Well, stop loss is going to be 153.8. I did later move that up to break even as Amazon consolidated. But I was looking at this as a potential red to green move, right? That was going to continue up and hold the PDC as a point of support. So we get the move down, right? Very close to the trigger level, went ahead and took my entry there. And just like the Google trade, it's simply trade management from here. Just holding, I mean, there's nothing to say in between. Took entry, give you the contracts, give you the fill price, give you the stop loss at 9:39 a.m. So a timestamp match that. And it's like I said, trade management. I did tell you that once at 9:56, as Amazon moved up, so 9:55, 9:56. So as Amazon moved up and was rejecting this, I tell you, I moved my stop loss to break even. Just because I didn't see a point in letting it come all the way back down to here. I probably could have moved it up to 154, but I decided to move my stop loss to break even because I just saw all of this consolidation was holding our entry area as a point of support. And then at 10:02, Amazon closed there, 20% gain, entry 115, now at 139. So that's going to be the move up. 10:01, it was actually, so I closed on this candle. The alert must have come out on the turn of the minute because it was prior to this drop. But it's the same reason I closed there that I closed on Google. Well, first of all, we were up 20%. Second of all, we were very close to the high of day area. So high of day just acting as a potential point of resistance, it makes sense to close and take the profits. Even if I was up only 15% here at this time, I would have closed it out for 15% because high of day, like I said, always going to be a potential point of resistance. So making sure to close into the strength rather than close into the weakness is how you capitalize and maximize your the most amount of profits that you can get on an options trade. So that's it for these two trades. Press that like button for me if you haven't done so already. It's the best way to support this type of work that I do. I came in today very confident, very strong, no BS, no fluff, no explanations. All the explanations going to be done right here. This is just straight signals. I cannot make this any easier for you. So follow this stuff. If you're doing your own thing on the side and following your own curriculum and you're losing money, then you need to adjust, right? You need to focus back on the system, learn the system, apply the watch list, apply the trigger levels, apply the rules, and trade and treat it like a business and less like a hobby. Those of you that are losing money on this, I don't know how. I really cannot make this any easier for you. Okay, if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Again, it's just the best way to support this type of work that I do. Take care, and I will see you tomorrow when we continue the $1,000 account challenge. Cheers.